Advanced G flavor is out, link in the description. All right, so today is gonna be a more of a little chillarooski type video where it's a little laid back because we've got a few new updates as far as PvP goes, coming from a sequence of tweets from Joe Blackburn, who is the assistant game director for Destiny 2. Now, originally I was gonna read off the whole entire thread, but I just did that and it took 7 minutes. So I'm just gonna take some of the key tweets from his thread that get the point across the best. So next season, they plan to make changes to 3-peeking or third-person peeking, aka emoting around corners, pulling a sword out around corners, and they plan on adding that to the revamp of Trials of Osiris, which they will reveal on 8/24. For Season 16, they're going to be porting 2 vaulted maps from Destiny 2 to be compatible with the new engine. They changed engines in Beyond Light, and they have to hand port everything over, so it's not as easy as it sounds, but at the same time, at the end of the day, they are old maps. And then finally, in Season 17, we will be getting our first new map in pretty much like 3 years, I think. And then for Season 18, they will be remastering a Destiny 1 map and bringing it to Destiny 2. They are also thinking of bringing Rift, the Destiny 1 game mode, which is like slam dunking a basketball, into Destiny 2. But Destiny 2 is faster than Destiny 1 was at that point in time, I guess. So they're testing it to make sure that it holds up well with Destiny 2 gameplay. And finally, they are working on bringing multiple brand new modes in 2022, which is some exciting stuff. So yeah, that is a lot of tweets, but that's all he said. And I'm going to transition into some gameplay and talk about what I think Destiny PvP needs, because everyone cares about what I think because I make YouTube videos, which obviously therefore makes my opinion about 3,000 times more important than pretty much anyone else's.
What?
No, all right. I know that sounds bad.
So he kind of touched on this in all of his tweets, but maps are a big part of PvP. I mean, the environment in which you're playing in has a lot, you know, psychologically, it changes the way you view the game. It makes it feel a lot more fresh. And when every single map is an old map, and then whenever they do add new ones, it's just old ones that they've repurposed from Destiny 1. It's not bad. I mean, they're enjoyable maps and they're good maps, but as far as what it does for keeping the game feeling fresh, it doesn't really do anything, especially with the new environments. Like, they added a whole entire new planet, right? That's the biggest shocker to me, is they added not a new place, not a new town, a new planet, and we have no PvP maps for that planet yet. Me personally, I like when maps are just fundamentally sound and they're fun to play on, but they could have done a lot of cool stuff with frozen environment, you know, whatever. I feel like they could have done a lot of cool stuff, and it makes sense because it is on the back burner. They have to prioritize, and as far as what comprises a DLC drop, I mean, they just didn't really prioritize maps. They focused on the story and the subclasses and all of that stuff, which is important, but I do feel like they've been kind of behind on stuff, it seems, where they have to put maps on the back burner, but they've just done that for so long that we haven't had a new map in like an eternity. I think that the current roadmap is probably fine, but whenever Lightfall comes out, it should have at least 3, likely 3, not repurposed maps, but like brand new maps. But that's just my opinion. Normally I'd give modes like it's own section, but he already said they're working on that. But this part is going to be a little bit controversial because it's important to find a balance on these sort of things, but I feel like once you go too far to either of the sides, it starts being a bad thing, and that is talking about the balance of PvP, which is making sure that all guns can be useful, because for a while in Destiny, I mean, throughout its 6-7 year history, there have been certain guns where it's like, hey, are you using this gun? No? Okay. You're not going to be able to kill anything then. But now we've reached a point where all of the guns are so similar and everything is so well balanced in terms of there's nothing really that's that standout, that we're at a point where there's not one gun where if you are better than a team of people that you can feel comfortable killing them in a multitude of different situations. Like, say for example, Thorn is a good gun, right? It's a hand cannon and it's a good weapon. But if I challenge too close, I'm gonna get destroyed by an SMG. If I challenge slightly too far, far, I'm gonna get destroyed by a pulse rifle. If I challenge way too far, which is just dumb, I'm gonna die to a scout rifle. The only real range that I have an advantage from is the medium range, which is completely fair, and that makes a lot of sense. My only thing is that it kind of makes PvP become a bit one-dimensional when it's like, okay, I'm using a hand cannon. Well, let me make sure I don't challenge anything unless he's at this one specific range. So this thing is not an overall problem. It's not even a problem at all. It's just a personal preference where it seems like if I'm using an SMG, it's like I have to challenge them at only super duper duper close range. And if I do challenge them, I will destroy them. If I challenge them beyond that range slightly, I will get destroyed. If I challenge people from a million yards away with a scout rifle, they have zero chance of killing me. But if I challenge them at anything other than 1,000 yards away, I'm gonna have no chance at killing them. So I'm actually very curious to hear your guys' feedback on that, because that might be something where I'm just being a dummy on that, and my personal preference is weird. But if you have any thoughts or opinions on what I just said, then you can leave that in the comment section. This section is going to be small, but I think 150 RPMs are awesome for people who snipe or like sniping, but the only one is Sunshot. So I think they could make it very limited, where over the course of the next 2 years, there's maybe 3 or 4, but introduce a few more legendary option 150s, but make them super rare. The perfect example of something like that would be well done is like the Uzume right now. It's an awesome sniper. It's replacing the Beloved that just got washed by Sunset. Setting, and it's an object that players like me, who normally don't care at all about accumulating gear and weapons, want to get. So maybe introducing them at very special occasions would work, but bottom line is I just miss using 150s. So in case you spaced out, we need more maps. We need new scenery. We've been seeing the same exact maps for in eternity. I think it's been 3 years since we got a new map. We need new modes because we're used to just playing the same modes for the last 4 years. And then all the balance stuff I mentioned is debatable, but PvP feels like it's in a pretty good spot right now. It's just getting kind of boring because it's the same old thing. So if you enjoyed my video and you'd like to help support it, clicking on the like button helps. If you don't want to miss the next video that I upload, you can click on the bell, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.